got too much shit in front of me. Test. Too much shit.
Every time we do that song, I try to pick a new instrument to do every week, and I end up just playing the big trombone. What instrument are you imagining you're playing? Or are you just dancing? Are you vibing when you do that?
I'm just like a multi-instrumentalist. I'm a percussionist at heart, and I'm running around hitting all of them.
This time, I was just doing this for like that drum build. Usually I'd be like, but I was like, yeah, I'm going to hit the cymbals. I don't know, the crashes and splashes.
I do a dance. I think if you watch the show.
Play back the tape, yeah.
Yeah, I just do like this, and then I hit the trombone, and I do like little pianos.
I'm just playing several little pianos, just octaves on each one.
I'm just trying to be the big band man. Hey, it's Monday night at 8 p.m., which means it's time for another episode of FM Rager. Woo! I'm your host, Connor Clifton, joined as always by my lovely co-host, Ned Gale. Ned, how the heck are you?
Oh, I'm jet lagged, man.
Jet lagged? Where were you? How was your freaking weekend?
I flew to Tulsa, Oklahoma this weekend. I'm not actually jet lagged. I'm just sleepy.
Speaking of sleepy, Sleepy leans into chat. It's saying on some Phil Collins. What is that sound that we have on the mixer that does that?
That's on some Phil Collins? What do you mean?
That we have a sound effect on here that's like doo.
Oh, you want the gated reverb, my
gated
friend.
Reverb, yes, please.
Yeah, okay, so do the drum fill in with your mouth. Far away from the mic. I think we have to turn down the gate. There it is.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. We'll do it at a more opportune time, and it will work.
Are we too loud? That's twice now I've been too loud into the mic.
Well, that effect always kind of goes kind of hot.
Gotcha.
But, you know, we should figure that out.
Ned, how was your freaking weekend? You were out of town.
Yes, yeah. I took my first flight in fucking 4 years.
No, you flew to D.C. on January 5th.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
I'm just kidding.
That's not true. I skitched the whole way there on my skateboard. Jesus Christ. Audio is good. God damn it. I read the first half of that, and I was like, no. Not too loud. Oh, yeah, audio's good. I thought was sure we were going to be silent again. Thank you, guys.
That was your first flight in a while?
Yeah. First flight in a while. Didn't like being in an airport, but whatever.
Really?
Yeah. It was okay.
Oh, that's right. You haven't gotten COVID yet.
Yeah, I have not gotten COVID.
I, having been through it, I'm feeling impervious on my upcoming flight this week.
I feel like you're just going to get it again.
No.
The second you feel like you can't get it is when you get it. And that's why I think I'm carrying it constantly. Wait, no, I shouldn't say that.
Man, I really hope I don't get it again.
No, you're not going to get it again.
All right.
I'm blessing you with this.
Sleepy Lean saying you're simply built different.
Thank you.
So how was Tulsa?
It was good. I was visiting one of Candace's friends who lives up there, and I had never been before. Beautiful, beautiful city. Next to Chicago, I believe, the most Art Deco buildings in the city. What were you gonna say?
I thought,
Deepest
I didn't
pizza.
realize there was. I didn't realize there was more to that sentence. Like Tulsa is very far from Chicago, Ned.
No, I don't think so. I believe it's just around the corner, if I'm not mistaken. No, several Art Deco buildings. So it was a lot of like beautiful buildings to look at. And it had just snowed before we got there, so I got to prance around in a winter wonderland, which was very nice. I just crunched snow the entire weekend.
That sounds nice.
Any I could find, crunch it. It was good. We what all did we do? First things first, we got there, and before we could see anyone, we were just like driving around. So we pulled up the old Atlas Obscura. Hot tip if you're ever out of town, just pull up that website and go to every location. It's always good. We checked out the Center of the Universe, which is a place in Tulsa that's like a ring that you can stand in. And when you make any noise inside of it, click your tongue or clap or anything, it just like echoes so loud back to you. And people outside of the circle can't really hear that echo too well.
Wow.
Now, I'll tell you, it did not work when we went there. And I do not believe it ever worked. Apparently, they like changed the structure or something. It didn't work out for us. I don't know. Everything that we went to go see from Atlas Obscura, like, kind of fucked us. Like, we couldn't get into the cave house. The building that you can't get into, we couldn't get into.
All right. So this website you recommended to our audience totally fucked you over.
No, it's great.
If
If you're not familiar with Atlas Obscura, I highly recommend checking it out. Even the Houston one. If you haven't checked all the Houston things on Atlas Obscura, I would highly recommend it. Let's see what's going on
Yeah,
in
what's
Houston.
going on in Houston? What do y'all think is going to be on it in the chat? I bet that beer can house.
Oh, for sure.
The Museum of Funeral History.
You know, I've
it
never
is-
been to that,
It
and I
is
hear it's so
awesome.
cool. Yeah.
I went there during a Pope exhibit, like a papal funeral thing. So cool. The
Ooh,
big
so many of these are
bubble.
gone. The Wild Collection ain't here right now. Big Bubble's no longer active.
Sorry, I got to put my phone on silent.
Nah, you're all good.
Actually,
Actually, kind of weak list. Oh wait, there's more.
the Beatles statues. I guess that's cool. Why is the Hobbit Cafe on here?
I should taste of Middle Earth. Like, I'm not saying these are all perfect, but there are some cool stuff. Like the
Orange
Air Terminal
Show.
Museum is very, very cool.
The Orange Show and Roscoe Chapel are cool.
Yeah. Destination Mount. Oh man, I have always wanted to go see this. People in the chat, take me, take me to this tunnel. I've always wanted to see it. I'm a huge Trenton Doyle Hancock fan, and it just looks otherworldly. I don't know if it's still around. Actually, in the chat. Yeah.
Hobbit Cafe is too weird.
Looking at me, K Rages, or looking at you, K Rages. Let me know if that tunnel is open. I feel like you would know. Man, we're getting some clicking on this.
I'm getting some quick
Here, I'm gonna do a little. No, let's keep it going. If it gets too bad, we'll turn it off. Houston Maritime Museum. Did that just open on? Is that the one that's on navigation?
Yeah, I think it's still closed, but it was. We always talked about going, and then the pandemic hit. But I really want to check it out.
Yeah, that would be great. Oh man, could you imagine me on that thing, spinning that wheel around? Hell yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so it was good, and we one of the things I really enjoyed doing, we went to go check out the Gathering Place, which is this nice park in Tulsa that has a really cool land bridge, which we just built one in Memorial Park here in Houston.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I'm guessing there's one person that went with y'all that would not shut up about the land bridge.
Yes.
I shouldn't say not shut up. I should
No,
say
that-
they're
that-
very
that is
passionate about the land bridge.
Why we went to the land
Yes.
bridge here
Yeah.
to check it out. But while I was here, we were walking around. The park is fantastic. Lots of cool playgrounds that were very closed because of the snow, which was incredibly upsetting to Candace and I. I really wanted to just ride a slide. But I went to go use the restroom while I was there, and I had to go find a building. And inside one of those buildings, I completely, not knowing this was going to be here, should turn off that music. Not knowing this was going to be here, ran into this great exhibit in there that was the Cabinet of Wonders. That was just like a bunch of shit just in a room. And what a treat to see like all this like eclectic collection.
My
You got like beaver taxidermy. You got weird body stuff. You got like you can't describe it all. There's so much. Look at these tubes, Connor. I assume these
Hey,
are
there's
things.
cereal in those.
There's cereal. There's a Black and Mild tip in one of them.
What the fuck?
Just all sorts of shit. It's great.
Okay. Huh.
So one day, this is what my room is going to look like, ideally.
In K Rages, we were asking if the Maritime Museum of Houston is open.
Oh no, I was asking about the tunnel. The Trenton Doyle Hancock tunnel is still active and open, but also the Maritime Museum, if you know. If you just tell us what's open and not open, if you can. I also took this photo, which I wanted to share on here.
Okay.
Oh, God. Oh no, never mind. It's an HEIC stupid ass file format. Never mind. It's good. It was a treat to see that. It was great. I loved hanging out over there and just enjoying the cold weather. How about you? How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. I just hung out at the house mostly, saw my dad. I'm currently resetting my serotonin levels, which, I've never had to do before. So that's really, really interesting. Let's see here. We got some questions in the chat. Would you have still gone in if it had just been called a bunch of shit? Yes.
That's the first thing I would do if I saw that on a Google Maps. I'd be like, turn it around. We're going to a bunch of shit place.
Okay. K Rages is saying it should be open as part of the train ride at the zoo.
Oh, okay. I guess I've just never ridden that train before. I did see that train hit a car one time, though, and it was very cool. Car was fine. I mean, it was tipped over, but it was cool. The person was fine.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I'm yawning so much.
I also I read this book on the plane. I finally finished it. I know we mentioned it at one point on the show, but this is the best music book I have ever read in my life. It fucking rules. It's only 70 pages. If you're me, it takes you forever to read it. If you're normal, you probably read it pretty fucking quick. But even if you're like a Vaporwave fan or not, it is a fantastic just like write up about capitalism and how it affects music industries and how it affects different musical styles, and how vaporwave, this weird, just like flash in the pan musical movement, became like the most punk rock thing possible.
Interesting.
I don't know. I'm not explaining it the best way, but goddamn, just read it. It's 10 out of 10.
Sleepy Leaves, you should check it out. Vaporwave. We talked about this briefly before the show, but I wanted to ask again because I don't remember. Did this book talk about future funk? Because we got into vaporwave and future funk for a bit.
They don't necessarily get into future funk. A lot of what they're talking about vaporwave. Well, they're talking about the theory of vaporwave, and we talked about it on the show before. How it relates to the philosophy of hauntology.
Yeah,
and this idea of being haunted by the past ideas. And vaporwave, I mean, just by the name, babbling corpses, talking about pulling up musical pieces, a lot of muzak, M-U-Z-A-K, musical pieces, and putting them together, reverbing them out, and trying to create this environment and feeling that you're nostalgic for, despite it not ever existing, and like how we create those things. It's really interesting. I heady read.
All right. Yeah. Well, speaking of music and books, those have a lot to do with our guest tonight.
Yeah.
So we're going to be right back. We're going to try and get our guest on here, and stick around. We're excited to introduce them. Hey everybody, welcome back. Your guest tonight, very, very excited for this. So this person is an author, a musician, and the founder of the Hello America Stereo Cassette record label, and their new book, After Tonight, Everything Will Be Different. Ned, if we could get a zoom in on this. I've really been enjoying reading this. Please give a warm welcome for its author, Adam Gnade. Hey, Adam. Thank you so much for coming onto the show. Thank you.
How you doing tonight?
Wow, those applause were really great. Thank you. It feels good to be wanted, you know?
Hey, yeah, our audience was very excited to know that you were going to be on the show tonight.
We actually had a lot of people message us. They're like, oh my God, hell yeah.
Yeah,
it's a little intimidating. Okay.
Well, we had a couple people specifically reach out to talk about your book, or tell us that you had the do-it-yourself guide to fighting the big motherfucking sad, and that they loved it. So I think we're in good company. A lot of zinesters are tuning in tonight to watch you.
Oh shit. Okay.
So let's go ahead and jump into it here. We're a party show first and foremost, so I got to ask you, Adam, what was the first party you remember attending?
So I was 4 years old. It was a King Arthur themed birthday party
for
the puppet show, and I dressed up like a knight, and there was lots of chivalry.
Okay.
Yeah. Chivalry.
Lots of chivalry.
Yeah, courteousness and swords and sorcery, and like bowing and curtsying.
I love to see that from a 4-year-old. That's a lot of. I feel like kids are usually running around, so to see some chivalry, some kindness, some bowing. It seems like some well-behaved kids.
When you're raised in the court, then everything's a little bit different. There's a cat climbing on me right now.
Hello. What's your cat's name?
That cat's name is Biscuit.
Hi, Biscuit.
But I live on a farm, so there's lots of animals everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere you look.
So I definitely want to follow up on this party. Were there any kids who really wanted to be like the boy?
Well, I was 4, so my memories are limited to like a 3-second interval of like there was a puppet show, and it was King Arthur themed, and like I got presents.
Oh, so this was your party.
This is your party. Did you pick the theme?
This is my birthday party.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 4 years
sweet.
old. Like, it's like fourth birthday party. That's pretty formative.
That's
Damn.
It was wild, like 40s and like lots of cocaine.
Yeah. As King Arthur had, they pulled the 40 from the stone to
Oh man, yeah.
choose the king. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're much older now, and you've gone from doing coke at 4 years old, and now I want to know, how do you choose to party now? What's your preferred party style these days?
Like staying at home, not going anywhere, fear of outsiders. No, I mean, like, real. Actually, like, I went back home to San Diego about a couple months ago, and I like went out and did all the things you do as a human being, and like went to bars and hung out with friends and did all these pre-pandemic things. Was pretty wild and did a bunch of stupid shit, and then instantly got COVID.
Oh shit!
Damn.
So did you have it at the beginning, or did you get like the Delta or Omicron variant? When exactly did you get it?
Well, this was like right before Christmas, so it's probably Omicron.
Yeah, I had Omicron too.
I've had it 3 times, so I'm really good at catching it.
You've got all the badges, all the merit badges.
Oh, I'm the Boy Scout king. I'm an Eagle Scout of COVID. The king of COVID.
Adam, I don't know if you were watching the show before we brought you on, but we were just talking about how I had COVID, and now I feel impervious to it, and I'm about to go on a trip. Should I be worried?
When did you have it?
I got it like January 1st or January 2nd.
Kicked off the new year.
Well, you're like a god. You're good.
All right, great. I'm gonna lick every surface in the airport.
Lick all the doorknobs and like make people spit in your mouth. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's like people who get like the snake poison. You just try to collect as much as possible at once, and then you can't be stopped. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna fit in great in North Carolina. Everyone's gonna love me. All right, let's move on to the book. Your book, After Tonight, Everything Will Be Different, is inspiring. It's sad and it's funny all at once. And I gotta ask you, what inspired you and motivated you to start writing all of these stories down?
So, the main thing, I kind of like had a moment recently when I realized like how like food is kind of like the thing that I care about most. Besides people, like people are more important to me, but like I'm kind of like a glutton, and not like in a fucking, what is it called, a foodie way. Food, that what they call it, foodie?
Yeah,
foodie. Like an Epicurean type of thing. Like I like gross shit and like ramen and chocolate bars and like whatever. Like I just like to eat and I like to drink and like I like to put things into my mouth that make me something. I don't know. Like food is, I love food, and it's been like very formative for me, and that book just like jumped off from there.
You're talking about being just like a glutton, and there is a paragraph in here that had me cracking up out loud, where you just list all the ingredients of Doritos nacho cheese Doritos, and it's really beautiful. If you don't mind, I would read it right now.
Please.
They are perfection, and questioning perfection is to scream at a wall. Why scream when you can sit back and enjoy the sublimity of whole corn, vegetable oil, corn, canola, and or sunflower oil, corn dextrin, salt, cheddar cheese, milk, cheese culture, salt, enzyme, whey, monosodium glutamate, buttermilk, Romano cheese, part skim cow's milk, cheese culture, salt, enzyme, whey, protein concentrate, onion powder, corn, flour, natural and artificial flavor, dextrose, tomato powder, lactose, spices, artificial color, including yellow 6, yellow 5, red 40, lactic acid, citric acid, sugar, garlic powder, skim milk, red and green bell pepper powder, disodium inosonate, and disodium guanylate. People will, this is what made me crack up the most, though. People will go to bat for Cool Ranch, and I get that. But for my 14-year-old money, the standard is the standard for a reason. Hard agree, Adam. Ned's a Cool Ranch guy. I'm not.
I'm a Cool Ranch freak, to be honest. They just put out the Flaming Hot Cool Ranch, too. Ooh, it's right up my alley.
Is that good?
It's really good.
One of the things, reading this book, it did make me really think of, especially like the way that you write about the absolute mental anguish and hell that is middle school. and just the memories I have of the food, and not just the food, but the torture I went through in the cafeteria of dealing with horrible, shitty people. And it's really interesting to just go through your memories and also just like relive all of my own crappy ones. Just having food knocked out of my hand, and I don't know. I really, really enjoyed this. So, moving on, food and memories are, wait, hang on. Fuck. I wrote this question down. I can't even fucking see it. Food and the memories our senses can recreate are central themes of the book. Now, you just said that, like, why you love food and that you're a big glutton for it. But why did you choose that framing device over anything else?
Well, that's a good question, actually. So I really like the author Emma K. Fisher, who's also from California like me, and she wrote this book called The Gastronomical Me. And it's kind of about food, but it's really about like living in France before the Second World War. And I also I got this book. It's also a movie. It's a Stanley Tucci movie called Big Night. And I read the book and I watched the movie, and like both of those things kind of like coalesced and like smacked me on the side of the head like two logs crushing my skull. And I was like, I've always written about food. All my books have eating scenes. And it just kind of, it made sense. And I was like, I need to like center a book around food because I love food, and I can never eat enough because I'm only like one person, and like, I don't want to die or explode. And, how big is your stomach? It's like a basketball, right? Or something, or like a ball. Let's say a softball, right?
Okay.
Like, I wish my stomach was the size of like a town or something. If I could eat enough food to fill a town every night, I wouldn't write books. Fuck that shit, man. I would do nothing. I would just fucking eat like 100 burritos a day.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
lasagna, and like, it would be wonderful. I'm still working on that. I'm trying to figure out if I can make that happen.
That is the best part of like eating socially with a big group of people. Like, yes, it's great to share these moments with friends, and it's great to hang out with everybody and be merry. But there's nothing better than eating family style, so you can try everything on the fucking menu. That is like,
oh yeah.
Anytime I eat with people, it's like, so we're all each ordering 3 things, right? I know we're not going to finish them, but like, I want it all.
Well, Adam, there are chapters in here where you talk about just eating vegan food. Are you vegan? Are you a carnivore, or what are your diets?
I've been vegan for a little bit, for like 15 years, probably, 15 maybe years. Like, well, that's a lot of it. That's a lot of it. I've been vegan or vegetarian since, like, it kind of happens in that book. It talks about like not eating meat.
Okay.
So that's like half of my life.
Oh, well, I'm halfway through it, so I'm imagining the other half is all about yeah. Well, I asked this because Ned reminded me, your comment there, like, we're big buffalo wing fans, and we do this thing called wing draft where everybody goes, and no matter how many people we are there, we try to get the same amount of wings of a certain flavor so we can all try it and we can all share it and discuss like what's great and what's bad. And it's like a whole to-do. It's really, really fun. One of the things I like whenever I go on a trip, I don't want to buy a souvenir. I want to have a big, big meal. I want to do karaoke at a shit bar and just like go to town on something. I want to feel crappy in the morning.
Yeah.
That's how I know I'm having a good time. All right. Now, you've spoken in interviews before about how your books and your music are both building one long narrative. And I wanted to ask you, what challenges do you face in making sure everything is consistent, or is that something you even consider a priority? I know I watch superhero movies every now. Well, I watch them all, even though they're propaganda films. But I can't tell you, it just annoys me so much when I go online and I see people like, here's a listicle of all the plot holes. Like, you care too much.
Right. Yeah, totally. I mean, like the Adam Gnade literary universe.
The Gnadeverse.
Which like has one director, so that's good, right? Like, so like I do have like this system it's the most archaic shit of all time. Watch this. So, I'm like kind of like big into like medieval literature,
Okay.
and so I've been working on this illuminated manuscript.
Holy shit.
Yes, yes.
Like the Book of Kells.
Absolutely.
It's like 2,000 pages long, and so like you can see the gold, you can see the colors, and so it's all like all my like
Wow.
characters and stuff are in here, and like when things happen and the dates and stuff like that. So it's really hard to keep it all in order and make sure that it all makes sense and like I don't contradict myself, because once you put it in a book, like somebody's gonna say like that didn't happen then, or you know, whatever. So it's all
the
it's all
Codex
in
Gnade.
gold and ink,
Yeah, that's fantastic.
like a fucking monk. Can I swear?
Yeah, you could swear.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. I didn't think about that. Like, all of a sudden, I was realizing.
No.
You guys are the Effin rager, and like, I didn't want to be like, well, you know, gosh darn, my illuminated manuscript from the Middle Ages.
A lot of this comes from, so Effin Rager was like our stage show that we started off with, and then we got a radio spot on KPFT, our local Pacifica radio affiliate. So we had to say FM Rager, partially because like it's a radio thing, partially because we couldn't curse. When we've had some of our best content has been a guest on the radio cursing up a storm, and then halfway through being like, "Wait, can I curse?
Was I swearing just now?" Yeah.
It's just like the most vile
hitting
shit.
the dump button constantly.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's fun. That's live content. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans of like releasing that giant tome of all the canon?
Codex?
Yeah, the Codex.
No, it's getting buried with me in my Viking ship.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Man, one day someone's gonna create a Wikipedia of all the stuff. Just the Adam Gnade wiki, man. It's gonna be great.
There is a Wikipedia for me, but it's all wrong. I don't know who made it, but it's like the shit is all like erroneous.
Do you want us to edit it? We could take care of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We could do a
Please
live
do.
edit.
Yeah.
Is this like the actual wikipedia.org/Adam Gnade?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck. I did a lot of my research
no.
on that. That and your website. So hopefully your website is much more accurate than the Wikipedia.
Oh,
page.
it's so accurate. It's so accurate.
I really want to talk about the Hello America stereo cassette label.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that and why you decided to start it?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because I've been recording writing of my own writing for a long time, and like even before I had books out and that was really published, I was touring all the time, playing music behind my writing. So I would do shows where I would play guitar and like recite writing, right? You know?
Yeah.
I called it talking songs because it doesn't seem to me like spoken word, because I think spoken word sounds like garbage. But I did it for a long time, and I'm still doing it, but I always just toured with bands,
mm-hmm.
which was fine. I like people in bands more than I like writers, but it was also kind of weird. It's like where are the other people doing this stuff like I'm doing? And then when I would actually meet those people, I'd be like, your shit is garbage. I hate it. Like, I hate what you do. I hate your writing, and I hate your voice, and I hate your delivery, and I hate it all. And you're like, you should be thrown in a river. And so like last year during the pandemic, like I wasn't able to tour, obviously. Yeah. I did like one tour right when the pandemic started, and then that was it. And then for the next year, I just thought about that shit and thought about it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to find the people that are doing like a similar thing to me that I actually like.
Hell yeah.
Because there's tons of people doing this shit that like, it's fucking garbage and I hate it. And I'd want to like put them on a rocket and shoot them, like not even to the moon, like to like Pluto. Because it's like Pluto's far away. And then like, but since then, it's been a year. It's actually a year, maybe like 2 days ago.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah, it's I found a lot of people and I've released their records, and it's been like really reassuring to be like, well, you know what, all these people are like people that I vouch for, people like Nicole Morning and Nate Perkins and Laura Mathis and Gary Bunting, and the list goes just on and on. Sam Pink. There's like so many people that I've released that I totally vouch for their writing, and it was really like nice during the pandemic to be like, there's some community happening, and it makes me not want to cut my head off with a giant sword.
That's nice. So
yeah, it's nice to not cut your head off with a giant sword.
You told me in our test call earlier that people, because I was going to ask you, like, what challenges have you faced in all this? But you were telling me that people send in their recordings. So there aren't any issues with recording, but have you found any challenges in communicating or just distribution or anything like that in the pandemic, or has it all been pretty easy? Well,
most of it is pretty seamless. There's been a little bit of people that didn't have the technological skills to like make their things happen. Mm-hmm. And then, but usually it's pretty like seamless. Like I can be like, use this, and like really you can record a record on your phone. It's going to be in a WAV file. It's going to sound great. And I'll put it out. Like I come from like a background of like wanting to be like, oh, let's do this on a 4-tracker or do this on a studio and do it real. But like really you could just record this shit on a phone and it's going to sound really good. And I'm going to put it out if I like it. And we'll all be happy, and you're going to get rich. I'm going to get rich. We're all going to have like gold planes.
Got that cassette money, baby.
Full of like diamonds. Like since I've started this record label like a year ago, I have like a wheelbarrow right here.
Just off
big,
camera.
Right? A wheelbarrow is big, right?
Yeah.
It's like the size of like 4 buckets, and it's all diamonds. I'm just waiting to see what I spend it on. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to spend it on. Probably like carrots, because I like carrots, and also like shoes that are comfortable.
Yeah, I'm looking at your Bandcamp right now, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, are these your piles of gold in the background right here, this shimmering?
So if you were to come to where I am, I'm actually not sitting on a chair. I'm sitting on a giant pile of gold. It's like being a dragon, you know?
I was curious what that underlight was, the reflection of many riches.
It's a dragon, you know? It's like... It's good. I like it. I think it's good. You have to be ready with your sword in case like a night comes. So like when a night comes, I'm like, you want to take my sword? I'm a dragon that is also a knight, so you should probably like back the fuck off.
Oh shit, a dragon knight. It's like a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, hell yeah. Is that the sword from when you were 4 years old? Have you been carrying this blade? With purpose for this many years?
I killed so many motherfuckers like early on that like my swords have all broken.
I see.
Many swords. I've snapped swords off in many necks of many tyrants and trolls and up and comers.
Like, oh, you're starting a label, huh?
Yeah, I like to raise the scene up on a pike.
Man, Ned and I are big proponents of the DIY. You talking about recording on your phone. I can't tell you how many people have asked us about they want to start a podcast or they want to start a show, and they're asking us, so what's the best equipment I can get?
How do I get the best microphones?
I can't start. I'm looking at these $600 mics. I'm like, dude, you don't need it. Just we have everything we need right here. Yeah. Even though it ruins our lives, we have it.
These are good
it's crazy because like I have a really good well, I don't know if it's good because like I'm sort of low technology, but I got this Pocket Studio Tascam.
Ooh yeah.
That it's like this big, and it's really great for like recording multiple tracks, right? Mm-hmm. So like most of my recordings of writing have music in the background. Usually like friends' bands, or like I play music, which is worse. But some like if I just like record myself doing like a 1 track with my phone, and I'm playing music at the same time, it's just as good. It's not good for multiple tracks,
Yeah.
But like, there's options out there, man.
Hell yeah.
We have a question in the
We're living in a golden age of technology.
We really are. We have a VR headset, and let me tell you, the metaverse is so much more dog shit than the real world.
It truly sucks.
Yeah, you can't
I'm
really
actually
move
in
around.
virtual reality right now, and you guys, I thought you were giraffes, and I hate giraffes.
Oh, dude, don't pull the sword out on us. Come on now.
I'm a short guy. I'm terrified of giraffes.
I am too. They are way too big, and so are horses. I don't like big animals, and I don't like small animals. A hamster freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah, too small can be an issue. Yeah.
Can't do it. Hey, we actually have a question in the chat here for you. Somebody's asking, who did you have the most fun on tour with?
Oh, fun.
Oh shit. Okay, this is a question. Hello, chat person. So I toured a lot before the pandemic with an English band called Youth Movies, and we toured England like every single year, and we were monsters, and we were terrible, and that was great.
Okay, all right. That was good.
We invaded Stonehenge. We like ruined a lot of people's lives. Made people hate us.
Just leaving a trail of disappointment.
I just imagine you getting drunk and being like, show me the sword and the stone. I want the sword and the stone.
I'll do it.
Are you big into Renfest? Texas has the biggest Renfest in the country, and like we won't shut the fuck up about it. So I was just wondering.
All right, so I'm not a nerd at all. So don't even front with me, motherfucker. Actually, like we have a Ren Fair in Kansas City, and because like I live where nothing happens, I go to it every single year.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I go every year. I'm very happy, and it hasn't happened for a couple years, but I'm not a nerd. And don't say that I'm a nerd, because I will stuff you in a locker or pants you or
hey man. Please
do
don't.
some football shit. I'll play some football and
fucking
like
throw you like a
get
football,
upset.
dude.
You call me a nerd? I'll play some fucking football, man. We'll see who's a nerd.
Yeah.
So this was your most recent novel, or I don't know if I could call it it's called a handbook novel. I'm not like a big, I don't know shit.
It's a novel.
It's a novel, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is your most recent, and I just want to ask, what do you do to celebrate when you're done with a big project? I know when we're done producing a show, we go get drunk.
That's a real thing. Every time I finish a thing, I do publishing wine, have a big old meal.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Every time. Yeah, even if it's just like releasing a record on my label, like always celebrate it.
Yeah, you
always
gotta
celebrate it. Which is great because like I release a record on my label every month. So I only do a book once a year, like, which is crazy. Like I think that's pretty good once a year. But there's a lot of celebrating here.
That's good.
Well, that's good.
Place.
Plenty of merriment.
That's one thing that Ned and I have gathered from what I'm reading in your books and what we've read in interviews, that like, even though life is absolute shit, you still manage to find like time to celebrate and things to be happy about and things to like keep you going, which I think is really admirable. Yeah,
I mean, you got to, right? Like, you have to have things to look forward to, because this time period is so shit. Like, I feel like I set up things all the time to be like, on Saturday, I'm going to go to this place and dumpster dive for this bread, because this is going to be a thing that's going to make me happy. Or it's going to be like, in August, I'm going to go visit some person. You know, like you gotta like set up shit that you're going to do, or you're just going to sink into the fucking mire of oblivion.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And as a knight, you should not do that.
No, you should not.
I will say we do this show every single Monday, and it is my thing to look forward to every week. I've got other stuff I look forward to, but having this like constant weekly thing where we celebrate after the show every week. We'll have a drink, you know?
Cheers.
Like, hell no.
Absolutely.
Just only got Topo right now, but
Bing, bing.
You gotta. It's like it's so important right now, and I tell all my friends like you gotta like even if it's like a minor thing, you have to like look forward to something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the first year of the pandemic. It was my first time I was going to go to North Carolina during all this. And my friend I was driving out with was just freaking out. It's like, what about COVID? What do we do? We're going to be driving through the South, and I'm not from the South, so I'm so afraid of everyone not wearing a mask. I'm like, well, first off, people aren't wearing masks all over the place, like, so don't get too upset about it. But I had to tell them, like, hey, this is the only thing I've had to look forward to since this started. So can you shut the fuck up? Like, we have to enjoy this. We have to. We're going to have a good time, damn it. My final question for you, since we're getting close to the end of the show here, is we're talking about all this food. We're talking about what food means to us. I want to know, if you opened a restaurant, what kind of restaurant? What's on that menu? What are you going to be cooking? Are you going to be bussing? Are you going to be a host? Like, what? If you could start your own restaurant, what's the vibe? What's the atmosphere? What's going on there?
Right. So, I come from a restaurant family.
Yep. Oh.
And my parents had a restaurant, and it failed so brutally and affected them so much that, like, in a normal world, I probably wouldn't open a restaurant, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's rough. I'd probably do, like, a food cart, maybe.
Okay. Ooh.
But, like, my favorite food is just either Italian or Mexican. And I love a beans, rice, and guacamole burrito. I love a good bolognese pasta with meatballs and bread. It would have bread. Whatever it is, it would have lots of good, rustic, fucking tight bread that is just like bread. Bread is like, it'd be bread. Like bread.
Just a bread shop.
Yeah, you could have a bread cart.
Just bread.
Bread cart, yeah.
And I would just close it down and put a sheet over it. And what I would do is I would just sit inside the bread restaurant and I would eat bread until I died.
Not a bad way to go, honestly.
Yeah, no kidding. There's let's see here. When you're talking about oh man, now I'm not remembering the name of the movie, Big Night. The second chapter of this book, you're talking about Big Night, and there is a paragraph in here where Secundo starts cooking for his brother Primo, and you describe it as a meal you know he has cooked for his brother and himself more times than he can count, and he moves through the steps seamlessly, gracefully, not like a dancer, but like one who has been dancing all their life. When I read this, I think I cook a lot of the meals here at the house, and I've got like 2 or 3 that I don't need to look at the measurements. I know what I'm doing. Everything else, I'm just obsessively looking at a recipe. So I got to ask, what's your signature dish? What's the one that you know you can whip out easily?
Eyes closed, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. You're fucking me up right now. Oh my God. I don't know. Like, I cook all the time, but God damn, probably eggplant parmesan.
Ooh, fuck. That sounds fancy as hell. My God.
Because I live on a farm, so like I can grow the shit out of eggplant.
Okay.
Nice.
And there's a bakery like in town. It's like, well, town is 40 minutes away.
I was about to ask, how far are you from like the?
It's got a dumpster. As you know, like punks, we go to the dumpster and we go, you know, like go and fish a bunch of loaves out. And I believe in the power of Italian cooking and Mexican cooking. I think Italian and Mexican cooking are the finest, highest of cuisine.
Yeah.
I love Indian and that's the thing. I love Indian and I love Chinese and I love Japanese. There's like, it's all wonderful.
Yeah.
And I think it's like always what I'm eating. It's like, if I'm eating Mexican, I'm like, Mexican food is the finest cuisine. I'm eating Italian, I'm like, Italian food is the finest cuisine. It's just like, it grabs hold of my heart and just squeezes it like it's gonna pop it like a fucking tomato. And in a good way though, like you're not gonna die.
Well, yeah, pops like a tomato, throws that shit on the grill.
Yeah.
Man.
You know.
So Mexican food, I will say, like, people talk about Tex-Mex a lot. Like,
yeah.
Mexican food, I feel like varies around the region, very hardcore. As someone who
Yes.
tours a lot, what is the best Mexican
Yes.
food in your opinion?
So, growing up in Southern California, we are at war with Tex-Mex.
I
I
see.
understand, like, you grew up with Tex-Mex, that's your own thing. I get it. I totally get it. But, like, we are from the northern Mexican, like, we're like kind of like in San Diego, we're like on the border. We're right on the border. So it's like northern Mexican food. We don't have as many things like chilies and queso and potatoes and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I get it. I understand it. And I wouldn't like judge anybody. I would only judge people that don't prepare their tortillas well.
Very agree.
Because if you don't prepare your tortillas well, you're fucking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A cold, soft tortilla.
I know. Valdivia.
You don't
in the
cook your
chat.
tortilla. You have to fry it in oil. You have to like, yeah.
Oh, Sleepy Leames, the guy who asked you the earlier question, he's now following up. Corn or flour tortillas?
Okay, I love both of them. Love. But like, flour is easy. Like, or no, sorry, corn is easy. Corn is easy. Like, corn is going to be good no matter what. Like, even if you get the shittiest corn tortilla, it's going to be really tasty and wonderful. But flour is very tricky. Like, you have to like go a little hard on flour.
Yeah.
And flour tortillas, when they're at their best and they're bubbling up and they're rising and kind of browning and like burning a little bit, this makes me fucking lose my mind.
Yeah,
Damn.
that sounds delicious.
We're a little inside here. We are getting tacos directly after the show, and you are making my mouth fucking water right now.
Oddly enough, we really wanted Italian, but the place we wanted it from, we couldn't pick it up after the show, and if we delivered it, it would have shown up in the middle of the interview. And now, knowing that you love Italian food, I bet we could have just eaten
We probably
it
would have
during
liked
the interview. All right, Adam, we are at the 50, which means we have to do our final segment. I want to say I'm sorry in advance for this, but we do it every episode, and just bear with us. We sing a song.
You guys gonna sing?
We will sing. You don't have to sing.
I'll sing with you.
I want a new plug. Tell us what's going on. Tell us all the stuff you're doing after we sing this song.
You
Adam,
guys are fucking insane.
what do you have to plug?
What do I have to plug?
Yeah, what do you want to promote?
Like my bathtub, maybe?
I always forget.
Well, you know, like, hey, America or the world, you can buy my book. It's easy to find. I'm the only Adam Gnade in the world. I've killed all the rest of them. Horrible, disgusting
Only be
ways.
one.
Find Hell America stereo cassette. Like, buy the Sam Pink record because, like, Sam Pink is fucking good. Yeah, just like fucking believe in that shit, man.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I will say, I know, based on our emails back and forth, you would prefer people subscribe to your newsletter over your social media. And can they easily find your newsletter on your website?
I don't know. I would like if they could subscribe to it, but I don't fucking know. I don't know. Maybe some. Probably not.
Yeah, it's easy enough for me. So everyone,
They can find me and they can be like, "Hey, Adam, how do I do this?" And I'll tell them, and it'll be nice.
All right. Well, we posted a bunch
Really
of
friendly.
We posted a bunch of links in the chat, so everyone just go click around on those. Explore, find something new, find something beautiful. I guarantee you, if you read this book, you're definitely going to find at least one story that really resonates with you. Adam, thank you so much for coming onto the show. This was such a treat. We really appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Before we sign off, Ned, do you have anything to plug?
No.
I don't either.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our show. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.